All right. Can you see right? No, you can see the switch. Whoops. Let's move this over here so that's not in the way. Still kind of in the way, I think. What can you see still? What's this? I don't even know what this is over here. Oh, guess it must have been that. Hey, hello everybody. Are we live? Are people here? Can people see me? I don't know if all is going well. I can see the YouTube chat. I guess I am live. There it is. Okay. Hello everybody. How's everyone doing today? Gonna wait for a few more people to show up and then we can get this Q&A on the road probably. I don't think the chat on my software is updated to YouTube. I don't think. Yeah, I think this is exclusively like Twitch chat. That's fine though. I can still see YouTube chat right here. I'm just gonna pop this out. But no. Pop out chat. So I can put this over here. And so I can see what people are asking. All right. We're just going to wait for a little bit of people to show up. Can we stream this early more often? Oh, man. Part of me wishes I could. Part of me is like a little more understanding that people are probably still busy at this time of day over here in America. Though in Germany, I'm sure like you're just chilling at home. How's everybody doing today? Can you guys hear me all right? Is everything sounding good? Hopefully it is, because I'm probably going to post-process this audio once stream is done. How many episodes are we aiming at? Well, see, that's the thing. I'm in Germany? No. My friend, the German wizard, is. You've arrived. Welcome. It's a little quiet. Okay, let me turn myself up a little bit. Oh, that's right. I'm a little quiet because I recorded the reaction, so I was naturally a little quiet. I don't know how this is going to bode in terms of post-processing, but I turned it up a little bit. Okay, so I see that people have started asking questions, so I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of an intro, because this is also going to be a video on the channel. This isn't just going to be like a ripped straight stream, so I'm going to do a little bit of an intro, so you guys get to see that, I guess. You're at work? I'm sorry, Henry, I'm sorry. Okay. Hey guys, Charriii5 here, and what you just saw was the reveal trailer for the project I've been working on for quite some time now, Solstar. And you guys might have noticed that for a while I haven't actually been uploading a whole lot of content on YouTube. In fact, just this past November, I sort of put out a hodgepodge of everything wrong with episodes, which is, I guess, my normal content. But for a while there, I hadn't actually been uploading a whole lot of content in favor of my attention being given towards this. And for a few months, I had actually been working on an animated ad that ran pretty much throughout November, featuring some of these characters, and some that you actually didn't, one of them that you didn't actually see in this trailer, but that is in this project. So a lot of my time went to that, and it did sort of distract. I don't want to say it distracted, but it did take away from the regular content itself, and I figured, you know what, life is really short, and I can't just keep putting this off. This is something I've been wanting to work on for a really long time, and I figured, like, when it came to November, it wasn't actually just going to be that. Like, those weren't the only uploads that were going to happen. I was going to keep uploading, keep making content, but then I figured, you know what, December is actually the 1 year anniversary, specifically New Year's is the 1 year anniversary of when I revealed Kalmudi and Hasim to the world. So I figured, what better time than December to release an official trailer or video explaining, or sort of, I guess explaining what the teasers that I've been throwing to you guys throughout the whole year have been. A lot of people have been sort of concerned. In fact, there's this little game going on that no one has really caught on about that I feel like even mentioning that there's a game going on right now, sort of might be revealing a little bit too much, but no one's really caught on to it. There were a group of people who actually made a Discord group trying to figure out everything that was going on, and they were they were kind of on the nose. They're very smart people, and I was really surprised that they were able to do what they did. So right now I'm live on YouTube. I'm actually going to be taking a few questions about the project itself, pertaining to what it is, what's going on with it, all this sort of fun stuff. And you might notice that the name of this video is Write Your Very Own Everything Wrong With episode. And I'm going to go straight into the questions and see... we'll touch upon the subject of this title in just a little bit. So let's actually check out... let's check out the questions that you guys have, because I've noticed that you guys have been commenting a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so first off, is Solstar a show? No. No, it's not. Originally, it was supposed to be. When I originally conceived this project, not just Solstar, but the thing that Solstar fits into, it was supposed to be an animated show. But unfortunately, with the ad that I was working on for November, it made me realize just how long animation takes and how big of a team I'd probably need to make something like this. And even then, I feel like there would be parts of it where I wouldn't really know what to do if I presented it as a show. So a lot of people, there was a surprising amount of people that actually commented on the teaser, saying, wow, this would make a really cool game. When's everything wrong with Solstar? And that's sort of what I'm here to talk about. You might have noticed in the description and in everything so far, I've only mentioned Solstar as a teaser, or not as a teaser, as a project. What we're aiming for, my team and I, is that we want to make Solstar a game. And that was the plan, like, ever since last year. But it was supposed to be this really small, like, sprite RPG game. And then my friend Cassie, who is like the other half of what I'm working on, she suggested, like, this is too important to just have it be a 2D game. We need to make this 3D. And I was intimidated by it. I still am. You know, like, I've been working really hard on it. I've been trying to figure out how to do a lot of stuff on my own so that I could bring other people onto the project. And it's very intimidating. It is very intimidating. But it's a dream, and it's something that we're aiming to reach and we're striving for, because I feel like this is the one way that I really want this to be presented, because I love animating. I love being an animator, but it does take a lot out of you to animate a bunch of characters. And yeah, I could bring other people onto the show, so to speak, but it doesn't, I feel like it wouldn't be the same. There has to be like a unified style, I guess, to it. And I don't know because the thing is, I'm not a great animator, and so I feel like any other animator I would bring on would be much better than I am. And I don't know, I feel like it would be better as a game, and that's what we're aiming for. I didn't want to call it a game so far, because I don't want to make any promises, but that is what we're aiming for. Man, I really want to answer a lot of these, but I don't know. Do you get to ask questions, or are you not allowed to? There's Cassie in the chat right now. Let's see. There was a Discord for you, baby. I don't have the Discord. How many souls fit into 1 star? 1, actually. I can actually answer that. Only 1. So someone asked, what inspired us to create our own fantasy series? This is a project I've had in my mind for a really long time. In fact, this iteration started about, I want to say, 2 years ago, which it feels like time has flown by so quickly since then, because I still feel like this idea is new, even though it's been going on for a couple of years now. But just I think even video games in general, video games, anime, a lot of media has. I look at it and I think that looks so. It's so interesting because I love story driven anything, when it comes to shows, when it comes to games, when it comes to anything. I love when there's a story to it, when there's a deeper meaning to it, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's mostly what inspired, because originally Solstar was meant to be more of a sitcom-esque show. Like it wasn't really supposed to be anything serious. But then later on I realized, like, I could do something way better with this. Like I could do something way more important with all these interesting characters. And I mean, I don't want to say that, like, oh, they're interesting because I made them. These aren't just my characters; they're characters that other people have come up with, characters that I've tweaked a little bit based on what their original origins are. So it's not just my characters; it's characters that other people have come up with. And I want to tell their story too, because it's stories that I didn't come up with. It's stories that I'm grabbing from the people who created them, their lives, their likenesses, and yeah, like I feel like that in and of itself made us want to try this out. Let's see. Someone, how long I've been working on the series? Well, like I said, it's been a while. Definitely more than 2 years, but 2 years ago is when this incarnation of the project sort of started. It became what it is today. In fact, Hasim is the only character of all the characters in this project, or in Solstar specifically. Hasim is the only one that's a little. Hasim was a character I created when I was 15, and he has strangely not changed a whole lot. Only his name and his physical appearance have changed. But other than that, like, his personality is kind of the same as when I first envisioned him. And I can't wait to see what it's like, what it'll be like when he grows, because this project is something that I plan to span over the course of a few years. And so, like, the characters will grow alongside the project itself. What tools do I use? Well, for the trailer itself, I used Krita. That was what I used to make the drawings. I used After Effects, which was pretty much the only software I used to make the whole light and dark animation. But I also used it to do the compositing and such, and I'd put it all together in Sony Vegas. I don't know what software was used for music. I believe it might have been FL Studio, but I don't know. Joel Grant, Great White Bear Music, who was the person who put together the theme, he did a fantastic job with it. I don't know what software he uses, though. Let's see what else. Will Solstar be animated? It has to be. You have 2 questions? Okay, well, be sure. What's up with their eyes? Okay, so I feel like the eye thing is more of a stylistic choice. The Solstar in its entirety is based around soul things, and people often call eyes the window to the soul. So what I thought of when I started designing these characters was, what if, like, as opposed to all the other things that make them unique physically, because you guys might notice that I use really bright colors. That's something I've been doing ever since I was a kid. But I used to use way more obnoxious colors when I was younger. But aside from that, as a style choice, I also figured, well, if the eyes are windows to the soul, maybe I could do something special with the eyes. So, like, the irises, I made them have, like, special shapes. And there's a reason why Kamudi and Hasim have the eyes they have. They do have a reason for having those eyes. Can't talk about it yet, though. When did I start thinking about this series? Like I said, a long, long time ago. It wasn't... It's not something new. It's not something that I thought of in the past 5 years, even. It's way longer than that. I think I've been thinking about this ever since before I started my YouTube channel, which was all the way back in 2008. So yeah. Will there be and everything wrong with this game? Yes, and that sort of goes into the title of this video. You guys are gonna get to write that because I would be very biased. I would be very biased in like, oh, I'm explaining, oh, well, this is the reason, or I can't really say why this yet, or this or that, you know, like I'll know a lot of the reasons why maybe something might not seem right with the story. So I'm going to leave that up to whoever plays the game and whoever wants to participate in that. And I will make a video based on that. I think it'll be really interesting to see what people think of it. I know a lot of people might attack it a little bit more like, oh, here's a joke, here's another joke. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it, but I feel like a lot of you guys are going to come up with really funny stuff for it. There was one comment I saw in the teaser that said, it made me crack up at like 3 a.m. when I was just going through the comments. It said, the face when you just want to hang out with your friend and you end up eating them. It just made me crack up so much. Oh, man. Will there be Solstar emotes in the future? I would like there to be. I would actually like there to be because it's a little bit more original, and I feel like it would represent. I really want Solstar to represent the channel more as a whole, as opposed to any parody thing I do. But only time will tell. I would definitely love for that to be a thing, though. Let's see. Let's see. If I had an array of animators and a band of voice actors... Whoa, wait. And whatnot, would I be capable and willing to make a series of Solstar? Well, when it comes to voice actors, I'm covered on that end. In fact, the voice actor for Hasim was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but he was here earlier, and he does such a fantastic job. I don't want to give trivia away, but he actually auditioned for another character in the series, and when I heard his voice, I'm like, you don't sound old enough to play this character, but you have. And it's funny because he's actually really young, but he has a huge range. He has a huge vocal range, and I thought, like, maybe, okay, what if you auditioned for this other character? And he did, and I'm like, this is perfect. Like, this is the exact voice I thought of when Solstar confirmed. This is the exact voice I thought of when I created this character, and he nailed it perfectly. So in that regard, like, I'm not really worried about voice actors. It's more finding suitable animators. It's more about finding suitable artists, like other sort of artists to cover other aspects of the project that I'm more concerned with. It's not because voice actors, fortunately, we're really tightly knit, and I've noticed since meeting these actors that a lot of them know each other from previous projects or just in general, like, because they belong to the same community. They end up knowing each other a lot. So more than half of the people that are in this project knew each other before I knew them. So, like, I feel like on that front, I'm totally cool. Plus, I have someone else who's in the chat, Belshabar, who helped me out immensely with finding people for this project in terms of voice actors. He often does send me other artists' work for me to evaluate to see if I think that maybe their style would fit the project as well. And a lot of this is possible in great part thanks to him. I can't thank him enough for it. What inspired the names for the characters? Okay, that is oh man, maybe I should reveal it a little bit because except for a few select characters which won't be seen until later on, all the characters in this story their name means something. So, and this is something that actually I think kind of annoys Cassie a little bit, but I really like making it so that everything means something in this story, and it really is a case of the curtains are blue versus the curtains represent the ocean and the waves and just the sky. No, in this case, it really, most of it does mean that. Like, there is a hidden meaning to everything. When it comes to Hasim, I can't really go into why, like, what his name means. But his name actually is not an anagram, but reverse of another name. So originally his name was supposed to be Mika. I'm not gonna go into why his name was supposed to be Mika. I'll reveal that at a later point. But I figured, I don't know, I flipped his name over to accommodate the names of the Servants of Light, which is the group that Kalmudi and Hasim belong to. Kalmudi, on the other hand, her name means moonlight in Hindi. And that inspired a little bit of her design as well. That's why she has darker skin. Because I try to accommodate the name to the physical appearance, and I love her design a lot. But yeah, every character, their name not only means something, but is associated to something else. So it's not a coincidence that they have that name. I didn't just pick a name out. Oh, Carla, thank you for the $1. Very, very nice of you. There's always a reason why I named them something. So you might want to look into that as soon as you figure out why someone is named what they are. Where am I posting it? Webtoons, YouTube, bootleg Switch apps? Bootleg Switch apps? What are you talking about? No, depending on how things go and how long this takes, I would absolutely love to get it on. I feel like it would go on Steam like immediately. Like that's the easiest thing to sort of go for. I would love to also shoot for the Switch though. That would be awesome. I unfortunately have no experience in that, but I know people who do have experience in publishing games to the Switch, so I would absolutely love to know more about that. And hopefully we'll see where that goes. Hopefully the next generation of consoles doesn't come before Solstar finishes development. Have I already made the 3D models? No. I have the 3D model for one of the like little enemy characters, which is something that it was something that I started experimenting with myself. It was when I started learning how to 3D animate. Oh, whoops. When I started to learn how to 3D animate, I figured, you know what? I'm going to start with something simple. And I made the model for one of the... I don't have the renders on this computer, but I did make a model for that little enemy character, and he looks almost exactly what I wanted him to look like. So I'm still learning 3D modeling. I might still have to hire someone to help me with that, because they'll know more about how to do human proportions and stuff like that, and they'll just make the models look tons better than I ever could. So because it takes a long time to learn modeling and to learn coding and programming and all that stuff. So I definitely will need assistance in that respect. And so far, like, I'm not making any money off of this. Like, I don't think I'll be making money until we start, because originally the thing with this game was I wasn't going to charge anything for it, because it was something I wanted to make solely by myself, until I got my head out of my ass and figured, you know what, it's just easier if I get people to help me. And what we're trying to do right now is find people who are like-minded and would understand our position. You should never do anything for free. I understand that. But we are trying to find people who would probably be as passionate as we are about this, because even if we didn't make any money off of this, even if we never saw a penny for any of this, I would not regret it. I would love to make this a reality just because it's a dream of mine. But I understand that people need to eat, you know, so we will find people. I'm sure of it. Let's see, what else? How long of an adventure do I intend the game to have? That depends. If we're talking about Solstar, Solstar is sort of the first chapter of this series, and I don't want... At first, I wanted to make it like an hour, because I didn't want it to be that big of a story. But the more time passes and the more I develop these characters, the more I want people to know about them. So it's slowly, like, as time passes by, it's slowly getting longer and longer. So I honestly, at this point, I don't want it to be very long, because I don't want to focus on this part of the story too much, because it's just like the first part of it. I don't want it to be too long, but at the same time, I want it to be just long enough to the point where it's enjoyable. You like the characters, you fall in love with them, and it opens the gate for the rest of the stories, where you can get to know the characters even better and like them even more. Let's see. What else? Don't go giving shit away. What? What did I say? Can I make a character that can use dark magic? Maybe. We'll see. Why the light and dark stories? So that is something that I feel like a lot of people did have an issue with, in the sense that the trailer presented the story of Light and Dark, and the story of Light and Dark is very important for this series. And I did sort of intentionally make it sort of generic for the time being, because I did see a few critiques here and there. I don't want to say complaints, critiques, here and there, saying that it was very generic. It was not anything that no one had ever seen before. It was not new. And I agree, but that's the point. At least so far. That's the point so far. Drift the Kitsune, thank you for the $5. Hello, how are you doing? The point so far is to make it seem like it's everything else you know before, but it really isn't. And I mean, nothing is original. I'm not saying that like, oh, this is the most unique and original story you guys will ever see. It's not. I'm sure some of the tropes we're going to be using have been used in other media because they're tropes. The tropes are used in everything. But I think the approach that we take with this story and with these characters are something that will be unique enough to the point where people can appreciate it and like it for what it is, as opposed to comparing it to other things. Because unfortunately, something that I've always had when it comes to creativity is I always grab stuff from other places and I make it blatantly obvious where it's coming from. This time around, you will notice certain things here and there, and you'll be able to compare it to other things that you might know exist. But on the whole, I want people to see it as, oh, well, this is its own thing. And I feel like this is the first time where I'll be able to actually say that this is an original idea. So let's see, what else? Mika. Did I animate this yourself? Did I animate the trailer myself? I did, yes. Pretty much start to finish was animated by me. But I certainly did not make it alone. I had help from awesome voice actors, an awesome musician. It's funny because when I was comparing the script I wrote to the performances of the actors, they made the script so much better. Like, they improvised parts where they were like, I don't like the way this sounds. I'm going to try a take with this. And then I was like, perfect. It sounds much better than what I wrote. So go for it. It's an eternal mood with your comic. Exactly. And if you have any sort of project that you want to get off the ground, work on it, even if it's a little bit per day, because you never know. That's what I try to do with Solstar. I try to work on it just a little bit each day. Sometimes I get carried away and I work on it a little too much. And sometimes I don't work on it enough. But, every little step is like you're just a little closer to finishing that project. Whoops, keep bumping into the mic. If we still have questions you don't get to you on stream, can we hit you up on Twitter? Of course. You can actually hit up the Solstar Twitter, which is @Project Solstar. I should probably have left that in the description, but you can check it out in the description of the teaser trailer. Just look it up on Twitter, @Project Solstar. You can find it there. I've been uploading information on the characters. That's what's going to be happening this week. Someone actually really wanted to see more Sotetseg, which it really warms my heart that people wanted to see more of the antagonist of the story, because it's just like, yay, I love Sotetseg. He's one of my favorites. How long does it take to make an episode? It's not going to be a series. It's going to be a game. I don't know how long it's going to take to make. I'm trying not to set deadlines, because I set a deadline for the teaser trailer and I was a day late. Which really made me sad. But at the same time, I was like, well, I got it done. And that's the important thing. And I probably would not have got it done now if I didn't have this deadline. So I'm going to be setting deadlines here and there. Not all the time, and no definitive things either, but certainly just to push us forward. I definitely want to do that, to push us forward and do more things with the series. Hello. Oh, will there be a custom character route where you can play as a hero? I don't know. I can't answer that, Belle. I can't answer that. Do I like the names you have for them? What's your opinion for the fanfic you wrote? If a novelization fanfic... Yeah. Henry, if you want to write fanfics for it, I don't mind at all. I appreciate and I encourage creativity in that regard. Like, if you guys want to draw fan art of, like, I don't want to sound like too big for my britches or too like, oh yes, if you want to draw fan art of it, go ahead. But like, I love seeing other people draw these characters. And people have drawn them in the past, and I've loved every iteration of it. I love seeing how people draw Kamudi, how people draw Hasim. I've loved every single piece that has been sent to me. With the teasers, with the ad, with all that stuff. And I feel like we don't get enough. Like, moving forward, I hope we definitely get more fan stuff. And now I can finally call it fan stuff, because I usually don't like calling self-proclaimed fans of mine fans. I don't like doing that. But when it comes to Solstar, it's like that's its own thing. That can have fans. The gameplay is much more important. Yeah, and I feel like even gameplay-wise, it's not going to break a whole lot of ground because it's inspired on a lot of other stuff. And unfortunately for me, I'm always coming up with, like, extra stuff. I'm not coming up with, like, main... oh, this should be in the game. And, like, the main combat mechanic should be this or that. I'm always coming up with, what would be a cool mini game for the game to have? Like, what little thing... Like, I kind of want to have, like, a volleyball mini game because the other day I was at I was watching my dad play basketball because he plays for a basketball team. In fact, he has a game tonight. So we passed by like a volleyball like net, and I was like, what if Solstar had a volleyball minigame? That'd be cool. You know, like I'm thinking about that stuff more than anything else. How would I rate this game in terms of E10? Probably E10 or T. I kind of want to make it E, but at the same time, it's like E is very limiting in terms of what you can show, and I feel like the story itself is more of a T-rated kind of thing. Not Solstar itself, because Solstar is just like, oh, it's starting out, you know, like everything's sort of okay. But later on, it gets into T territory, so I don't know. Let's see, what else? Will they go Super Saiyan style? No. Do I plan on doing developers commentary when I release an animation of it? Maybe. That would be interesting. I'd love to like do something with Cassie and myself doing sort of a narration for it. I'd love to get whatever voice actors would be willing to go for it as well. See what they think. I feel like something that a lot of people don't really understand a lot is that voice actors are sort of doing their job. You know, like my voice actors, I can tell that a lot of them love the project, but that's not really the point a lot of the time. Like sometimes they're just there to do a job. Like they just do the voice. They're not really too interested in like what the product itself is, and that's totally fine, you know. So that's why a lot of people go up to voice actors at conventions. They're like, oh, do this character, and it's like I improvise, but I don't really know what the character would say. I'm not a writer. I just do the voice, you know. So yeah. Thank you for the link, Kadeem. Very nice. So does a hunk. I don't like how he looks at me with bedroom eyes. That's what he does. What? Let's see. This series represent my channel. I'd say so. I wanted to anyway. Like that's more that. It's kind of what I'm striving for. Because my channel has always been more about animation and more about art than it has been about everything wrong with, and it kind of switched into gaming in these past few years, which I'm fine with. But it always was more about my art and my creativity, and I feel like now more than ever I get to channel this into the channel, and I hope I get to do it a little bit more. Solstar definitely the trailer got about the attention I figured it would. Like even initially, it got a little bit more than I thought it would. But I'm thankful that it is where it is. Even despite like my sub count, it's still not a lot of views. But I hope that can change and that it can be pushed forward in the future. It's something new. It's something that's starting out, so I don't expect it to blow up immediately. Like even my friend Luke and Kevin, they started with MetaRunner, and for their sub count, which is at almost 3 million subscribers, it got 500,000. So it's like whenever there's something new, people don't react to it immediately, and they're not interested immediately. But hopefully moving forward, it can grab more and more people's interest. But you know that's where I kind of have to ask you guys to help out with sharing and with spreading the word and all that good stuff. Let's see. You would fuck Sota. It's like, so would I. The girl is cute. Thank you. Let's see. I will put Solstar on the fucking map. Thank you, Henry. When am I thinking of releasing it? That's the thing. I don't know how long this is gonna take, unfortunately. What's funny is that I was shooting for this year when it was a smaller project, but now that's not gonna that's definitely not gonna happen. 2019 is not gonna happen. I can assure you, because this takes way longer than you would think. 2020 maybe, if we have enough people and if we have enough of the things we need, maybe 2020. Hopefully. That would be amazing, actually. Solstar dancing game in the future. I had thought about like a Solstar like spin-off, like a racing game or something. Like it was a silly, like I said, I'm always thinking about silly stuff in my mind that does not pertain to the main thing. But like a party game I think would be really interesting. But for the time being I do want to focus on the main series. Um what engine is the game running on? I'm aiming to develop it on Unreal Engine 4, which it can be interchangeable. It can be either Unity, but I would love to do Unreal. The models so far I've been doing them in Blender, which is really accessible. When I was younger, I tried my hand at Blender because I wanted to learn more about 3D. And it was really hard, especially when trying to experiment by yourself. But then I started some courses and I was able to do a few things here and there, and I started learning more about Blender. And the more you learn about it from a professional, the easier it is to learn. Absolutely. Like if you try to learn something by yourself, it's going to be very difficult. It's much easier to try to learn from a professional. So yeah, Unreal Engine 4, which I have on this computer. So hopefully I can start developing that. Well, I think I will use cell shading. See, there's the thing. That's a very interesting question, actually. Part of me wants to, but at the same time, I'm not sure because I would love to do it cell shaded, but I feel like I'd love to experiment with other styles as well because I feel like cell shading might be the way to go. Stylistically, I feel like it would probably be the one that fits the most with the character designs. But I'll definitely have to see if any other style fits it because yes, I think cell shading is what we had in mind initially. We'll just have to see how it goes. You demand bloopers? Sure. Oh man, Quinn, you retracted your message. I would have loved to see it. What was he's the guy that came up with the silly mini games in Kingdom Hearts. That would have been me. Yeah. Is it going to be an RPG? Yes. It is going to be. I want to make it sort of JRPG-esque. I'm not entirely fond of turn-based. In fact, when the project was started, when I started the project, it did sort of start out as a turn-based style RPG because that was the only thing that the engine I was working on would allow, and I really didn't like it because I'm like, this is just not engaging because like none of the concept I have in my mind fit a turn-based RPG. In turn, they fit a more like hack and slash style, like that I've always described it as a hack and slash RPG, and that's more what I want to do. Maybe JRPG would be the better name for it. I'm not sure. Well, and it wouldn't be a JRPG because I'm Mexican, so it's an MRPG, which sounds like a gun. So, are there plans for LGBT representation? Yes, actually. There's one gay character. There's one kind of non-binary character because, well, the thing is, I'm neither, so like it would be hard for me to represent them, but like we are trying to venture into there aren't going to be many characters, mind you, that are going to be gay because their sexuality really won't matter in the long run, but there are a few characters that even if they never act on it, you do find out like through certain things that they're gay or they're non-binary or whatever. I can't reveal who they are, obviously. That you're gonna have to find that out by yourself, but Solstar Sports, there we go. There's the name. It's gonna be like a Mario sports mix of sorts, where all the Solstar characters are like playing basketball and dodgeball. There you go. Who's the best girl in Solstar? You can't ask me that, Kyle. You can't ask me that. That's like asking me to choose between my children, because so far, and I haven't revealed all of them. So far in this story, there's Kamudi, there's Oscura, there's Rotha, and there's Eureka, and I can't choose because Kamudi is kind of like, she's kind of like a daughter/sister to me, so it's like I cherish her a lot. Oscura, I think, is adorable. Oscura is the girl that you saw at the end of the Solstar trailer, the one talking to Sotetseg. That's her name, Oscura. When I have it here too, like, and I even wrote it down. Let me go to her page. Where is she? She's right here. This is like her concept. I don't even think you'll be able to see it. No, that's way too bright. Ah! Well, you can sort of see. No, you can't. Okay. Well, the light reflects too much on the paper. But like on her concept art, I actually wrote, and I quote, "Fuck me, I love her. She's so cute." End quote. She's definitely one of. I love her design. Rotha is a character that hasn't been revealed yet, but I love drawing her. She's so much fun to draw. I even wrote that too on her. I think Kamuti's character design sheet has the most notes because I added a bunch of other stuff to it too. But on Rotha's character sheet, I actually wrote she's fun to draw against another like pose that I drew of her. But yeah, and Eureka. There's so much about Eureka that I can't reveal. I can't talk about Eureka at all. There's just too much about her that I can't reveal. Let's see. Fuck, can't spell. You will be happy to make my characters. Oh, thank you so much. That'd be awesome. I would love to see that. Do they have any special or magical powers? Yes. So I guess to reveal a little bit of what the story is, this does go into a little bit of what the story is. Kalmuti and Hasim are the Soul Guards. Kalmuti is the Moon Guard. Hasim is a Soul Guard. And the Sun Guard, sorry. And together, they're the most powerful Soul Warriors. And the Soul Warriors are a group of people on this planet that we've created. And they have their own culture. They have their own everything. And you can be either one of two peoples on this planet. There are Ords, who are ordinary people like you and me, and there are Soul Warriors who, wield these weapons and have these extraordinary powers. So if you check the Solstar Twitter, actually, I am detailing what elements they have. Kalmuti, for example, has ice, which are Kalmuti and Hasim have two special elements that no other Soul Warrior has. So Kalmuti has ice, while Hasim has magma. And Sotetseg, for example, who is one of the antagonists, part of the Masters of Darkness, he commands fire. I think it was. Let me check. I think it was fire, because of what he represents. I didn't write it down. I think I think his element is fire, though. So that's gonna clash. There are other characters that have electricity. There are other characters that have wind, water. Not heart. Heart is not an element in the series. Healing properties, poison, earth. I'm trying to think of what the other. There are many different elements that these characters have, and yeah, they each have their own like personal battle arts or commands that they have based on those elements. So yeah, let's see. What else? Hey, Junpei, thank you for the $2. Can I listen to Persona Q2 Nothing Is Promised? I'll give that a listen. That sounds like a good idea. Me asking the important questions. Who is best boy? Oh man, no, don't ask me that. Because I mean, I love Hasim, but I love Sotetseg too. I love them both. They're all good boys. You need a name for Oscura? Yes. Am I gonna make a chibi series of it? That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. It's funny because I could use the designs that I originally revealed Hasim and Kalmuti with. Where are they? Do I not have them here? No, I do. Where is it? I do have the original like designs. Oh man, but I don't have it. Do I not have it as I guess I don't. Let me render this out so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's see. When is the Crimbo special? Hello, fellow YouTube content creator. Shade Master. Yeah. If Oscura was asexual and Sotetseg was pan-bi, the contrast would be... Oh, actually, yeah. Sotetseg is pansexual. That's true. Thank you, Belle, for reminding me. That's true. Oscura was asexual? I don't know. I think I did make a character in the Masters that is asexual. I don't remember who, though. Oh man, I forgot that I made new designs too, very recently. Not gonna reveal those yet though. Let me render this out so you guys can see like what the chibi versions sort of look like. Um, Even though you guys have probably seen it if you've seen the New Year's video that I put out at the beginning of this year, which I have such a hard time believing was the beginning of this year. Whoops. Transform, fit to screen. Yeah, so there's Hasim and Kamudi. That was the very first version of them that I ever revealed. It was not the first drawings of them that I've ever made. It was the first time I'd shown them to people on YouTube. And it was, I had a background with like fire coming out of the log. Because that's, I don't know, it just became a tradition to have like a fireplace on my New Year's videos. I don't know why. So, yeah, that's what they would look like if they were chibi. They would have no nose. Let's see. What else? Solstar merchandise. Oh god. Well, I don't want to that is one of the things I've thought about. Like I thought about like, oh, plushies and stuff like that, but at the same time I'm like I don't want to get into that mindset. I don't want to make it very commercialized per se. Like I would love it if that was a thing. I would absolutely adore if there were merchandise of the property, but like I don't want to think about that right now. Like I'd rather think about that once the game is complete and out. So for the time being, like I really, it's exciting. It is definitely exciting to me to think about, but I don't want to think about that. Let's see. You guys won't see Poison Boy for a while. No, well, you'll see a Poison Boy. Eureka confirmed. Yep. Upload character sheets on Twitter. Well, you know what I want to do? I kind of want to make it more exclusive because I don't want to give everything away, you know, because there's some notes on there that I don't want people seeing. So Detsega's best boy. Hell yeah, he is. He actually... I hate the original pose I made for him because it's so anatomically incorrect. But there's a pose I did on there that I absolutely love, where his arms are very beefy, but I like the pose a whole lot, where he has his weapon on it. I've never shown his weapon because I've only drawn it one time, but he has his weapon with him, and he has like the whip, and he just has like this, and he has like a really seductive pose, and it's amazing. I love it. Can we raid Marrow SMM? Maybe. Oh gosh, what else? Poison is the best element. Oof. It's my Oscura is my guilty pleasure girl. I love snarky bad girls. Oh yeah. She's absolutely snarky, and Ruka Samuels does such a good job. Because okay, I feel like I'll talk about this sort of trivia for the voice actors. Originally, I was aside from having auditions, which were kept in secret. I was looking for voice actors myself, and I found Ruka Samuel, who does Oscura, and I found her channel. I was like, wow, she has a really pretty voice. I wonder, and I got her to audition for both Kamudi and Rotha originally because I figured, oh, I actually have someone who I like as Oscura. Okay, so I'll have you do Kamudi and Rotha, and she did both, and she did them really well, but there was something about it that I wasn't really feeling. Like when it came to Kamudi, she felt a little too mature, and when it came to Rotha, she felt not mature enough, like voice wise. So I was like, wait, try out for Oscura. And when I gave her the lines, she accidentally said one of the names wrong, but the way she improvised it, she was like, oh, ask this character, or whatever, this character, however the hell you pronounce it. I was like, yes, I found you. Like, you're Oscura. Like, no question. That's it. a lot of the voices actually stem from some sort of improv or some sort of like, wait, this exactly is why I think you fit perfectly. For example, Allison Sales, who does Kamudi, I loved her voice specifically because of her battle grunts. Like when she was doing the dialogue that I gave for the auditions, I was like, okay, I like this. I like her voice. She sounds cute. She sounds all right. She sounds perfect. But when she started doing like the battle grunts, I was like, here it is. This is exactly what I imagined Kamudi sounding like when she's in the middle of combat. And it was very similar when it came to Hasim as well. When it came to Hasim, when Quinn did the battle grunts, I was like, there it is. Perfect. Got him. I can already see Homestuck tears. What? Let's see. Your coworker got. Oh gosh. The chat is scrolling in weird ways that I can't see. What if everyone had a keychain charm that shifts into their weapon with a ring that turns into her blade? That's an interesting idea. We had something kind of like that originally. I wouldn't be opposed to that actually, because at some point, and not to give too much away, but the Solstars were supposed to be sort of like keychains, but I'm sure we could make like other items that are more like that and turn into their weapons. Because it's not items themselves that give them the powers. They just have the powers inside of them, except for a few characters, and I won't reveal who or why. Let's see. So it's a game? Yes. What is the target audience? Everyone, really. Like, I'd say for people around the time when I started developing this, so like around the time I was 12 or 13, like I feel like I wouldn't say that that's a target audience, because I want this to be something that adults can enjoy too, but I don't see why kids couldn't enjoy it. Like, I guess some themes might be a little heavy for kids, but I still feel like they would enjoy the gameplay, depending on how it ends up. But I definitely wouldn't say that I have a clear target audience. I would say teenagers mostly, because they're more into edgy stuff, and Solstar can get edgy at times. So yeah, Poison Boy's gonna be cool. Is Solstar better than Kingdom Hearts 3? No. I wouldn't say that. Gotta get ready for Poison Boy fan art. Oh, man, I can't wait. Will this game get emotional? Yeah. I'm so glad that Cassie was the one that answered yes, because, man, so many things I can't answer because, god damn it. I feel like even the end of Solstar and the beginning of Solstar's sequel, which is, they have, I have the names of all the entries. So the next game is actually very close to Solstar. It's the Solstar Search. And I won't reveal why they're searching for the Solstars again. You'll have to wait and see, but I feel like even the middle part between those two entries, even that's sort of like, oh shit. oh no. Young adult, I'd say. Yeah, I wouldn't say that that's inaccurate. Or am I planning to release on other consoles? It depends. I don't know what the that would be getting into a lot of licensing and legal issues that I'm not familiar with yet, but I would definitely, like, if anything, if I could get it on consoles, it would be Switch and PS4. Xbox One maybe, I don't know. Like, we'll have to wait and see. Like, I don't want to make any promises, and I don't want to say like, oh yes, I know what I'm doing, so it's definitely going to be on these consoles, because I don't know anything. Was I born in Mexico or Spain? I was born in either. I was born in California, but I live in Mexico. I'm like 80% Mexican. That's complete dope. Thank you. If I had to choose, would I want a Solstar on Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or Disney? Oh man. Cartoon Network does good shows. I love Cartoon Network. Nickelodeon I've always found more. I've never found Nickelodeon to be inherently serious. I feel like Avatar is the only like serious cartoon they've made. I don't know. That's hard because they're all from my childhood. That's hard. I love all three. Not inherently recently, but like around early 2010s, they were pretty good again. Is this gonna get meta? Certain parts of it will. I can't. There's a certain mechanic in the game that I'm not going to reveal what it is, but it is one thing I don't think I've ever seen any other game do. I've seen certain games do something like it, but they're psych outs. What I plan to do is something, not a psych out, but more meta. It is definitely more like, it's revealing more story in a way that's going to be really unconventional to reach. And even then, that's like incredibly vague. And I apologize, but it's like, I really do not want to reveal what that is. Will this be on Switch? Hopefully. I am confirmed edgy teen. Even when you're sick. Yes! You did the battlegrounds when you were sick. See, even when you're sick, you do amazingly. Just use my name as a character for your game. Make him a goofy character. Junpei Izangi. There's actually another character that you won't see for a while that has a name kind of similar to that. Poison Boy fan art would make you happy. Yeah, it would. Will I be voicing any of the characters? Yes. Even in Solstar, in Solstar, I voice a character that's really not important to the plot. I'll be voicing NPCs in Solstar, so like really just nothing important. Because I don't want to. I don't even want to say that. Yes. The answer is yes. This is canon. A lot of what I'm talking about is canon. Is it a visual novel? No, I really don't want. I feel like there's an oversaturation. Not to what's the word? Not to knock anyone that makes visual novels, but I feel like there is a bit of an oversaturation nowadays with visual novels, and that I don't want to make it that. I wanted to make it something bigger than that because I don't want it to get lost in the sea of visual novels that exist. And there are good ones. I'm not saying that visual novels are bad. I just want it to be something beyond that, you know. At some point I did consider like, what if I just made it a visual novel? But it's like I feel like it would not at all get the same effect if it was a visual novel. I didn't know when I wanted to stream. I just started it and I'm sorry. Let's see. Peggy rating. Probably Peggy 12. If I had to guess, I don't know. Peggy 0 and Peggy 3 are not like ideal. I'd say probably Peggy 12 is what we'd be going for. Who's doing the music for the game, if any? We have okay, so the story of how I found this musician is astonishing. I went to E3 this year, and I found when people go to E3 nowadays, I would imagine even back then, people would like swap business cards and such. So I was sitting down meeting one of Drew's old Nintendo, by the way. One of Nintendo's old gaming colleagues, because for those of you that don't know, Nintendo is a programmer. That's what he went to school for, and he worked on a lot of mobile apps and other really cool games. And we were talking to an old friend of his, and while we were sitting down at that table, I found a business card. I should still have it. I'm not gonna pull it out right now, but I found a business card for a website called Great White Bear Music, and I contacted the person and I told him like, hey, I found your card at E3. I have a project that I'm working on. Do you think maybe you'd be interested in making some music for it? And he was on board almost immediately. He's the one that did the music for the ad in November. He's the one that did the music for the trailer as well, and he got the music done so quickly, so amazingly. I asked him, there's a certain part in the theme of the trailer that I asked him, like, could you incorporate this piece of original music I wrote? And he did. I sung it because I'm not a musician, but like I sung what I wanted it to sound like, and he incorporated it beautifully. And I was like, this man is a genius. His name is Joel Grant, greatwhitebearmusic.com. Check him out. He does awesome stuff. He does amazing things. Let's see. What's the shirt girl's name? Which one? Because the one who buys the shirt is Kaumudi. The one who sells the shirt is Eureka. Ooh, I revealed it. Eureka, for those of you that don't know, is an in-joke from my streams. She goes way back. She started with... Actually, her whole design is based on the characters that she's based on. So she's based on Erica from Fire Emblem and Aika from Skies of Arcadia. So there you go. Poison for Smash. Man, seeing him in Smash, that would be like the weirdest choice. Man, that'd be really funny. Hurricane Starbright. Yeah, yeah. I'm amazed that you remembered your own names, Henry. I'm amazed. Wasn't this on the Baldi's Basic Game Over screen? Yes, it was. Let's see. I can play this? Yes, Greg, you can. Confirm that they're going to use Infinity Stones and everyone will die. Yes. No. Who's the guy with the black hair on my Twitter banner? I can't talk about that. That's another thing completely. He looks like he could be your favorite character. I'm sure he will be. Oh, thank you, Luna Place. Thank you so much. If I need NPCs, I'm gonna. Well, thank you for the offers. I am looking for a lot of people still. So, will other YouTube stars be involved in the cast? Not the main cast. Okay. There is one. I guess I can reveal this. I don't think, because it's not confirmed yet, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with this. As with a lot of games, there will be secret bosses. I'm not going to reveal how to find them or anything. There is one secret boss in like the sequel game, or maybe Solstar. I still don't know. And there is a certain YouTube content creator. He's actually a horror narrator, and I think he would be perfect. I'm not going to say who it is because I have not talked to him at all. But maybe he'll say yes. I don't know. Hopefully. And I won't reveal what the boss is because I feel like that'd be giving too much away. But I want to get him on because I feel like he would be perfect for the role. And it's not because he looks anything like the character, but because he sounds the way that I think this character would. In fact, he was the inspiration for the secret boss. I'll say that by itself. How many chapters are there? 9. Right off the bat, 9. And no, I can't say that. If I go past 3:30, you'll be upset. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Don't be upset with me. Is this a full-time thing? Not inherently a full-time thing. I'm going to be working on YouTube for, for the sake of funding this because, YouTube is still my job. So I'm going to try to dedicate as much time as I can while I'm going to be juggling both projects. That's why I want a bigger team for this so that they can handle stuff like modeling, stuff like programming, while I work on being able to fund this so that I can pay them, so I can pay my voice actors, so I can pay everyone involved in this because I feel so guilty. Like, even if I didn't make a cent off of this, I would love to help my team out because they deserve it. Like they deserve to be paid, and they're helping me out of the kindness of their heart so far anyway. And yeah, let's see. What else? When is it going to release? No idea. You heard Erica, what? That would be so funny. I want to see him in Smash. Dude, Cassie, if Poison Boy was a character in Smash, he'd be an assist trophy. No question. Solstar needs to be in Smash. It's so funny. A few days ago, I was thinking, like, man, wouldn't that be so cool? Like, if Cow Moody was in Smash, that'd be so awesome. A man can dream. Oh, let's see. Wouldn't be a secret if everyone knew it. Exactly. Is Solstar a game? It is a game, yes. You know who I'm talking about? Oh, do you? Dross? No. That would be funny, though, if I could get Dross Rotsank to be a character on Solstar. 9 chapters, yes. You have to go to work. You don't want to think. Okay, I'll probably start to wrap it up soon because I didn't plan on going on for this long anyway. 9 is a nice number. Yes, it is. And man, I wish I could say that, but I can't. I can't say it. Favorite element power. Ice. I think ice is probably my favorite one, and you'll see why. You really hope the game. I hope so too, and I can do that with you guys' support. It's been getting a little bit of a following on Twitter, which I'm very happy about. I put the trailer on Instagram. Hopefully that'll like grab some attention too. You know, hopefully. Why are the Solstar characters so tall? I don't know. Some of them are short. Hasim and Kamuri are taller mostly because they're around how tall I am. Ahura is shorter than them, but also still kind of tall. I don't know. Sotetseg is a tall motherfucker. I don't know. I feel like I made him tall because it would be more attractive. I don't know. People like tall, dark, and handsome, so that's what I tried to make him. I don't know. Is Phil Swift the secret boss? Dude, if Flexiel tweeted about Solstar, that would make my day, dude. That'd be so awesome. Will it be turn-based? No, I want to make it more hack and slash sort of RPG. But we'll see what we're able to come up with. I don't want it to be turn-based though, because I wouldn't be able to come up with anything to make it original if it were turn-based. Are there any big thing that you can tell? Will there be cheat codes? Yes, there will be. That's one of the many things that I've thought about when it comes to like things that aren't important at all to the story or to the gameplay. I'm just like, man, games don't do cheat codes anymore. I want to do cheat codes, even if it's like something silly. Like I want there to be cheat codes for like outfits, because I do want there to be outfit changes. Originally, I didn't want there to be, but now I'm just like, I love customization in video games, and I want my characters to be customized. So I'm gonna give them like really one thing I was planning on doing. And I don't know if I'll make this an unlockable or if I'll make this a cheat, but I want there to be like traditional Mexican outfits for the characters. And if you don't move the joystick or anything, after a few seconds, like they'll actually start dancing like Mexican traditional dances. While they're wearing the clothes, obviously. They won't do that without the outfits. But it's just like little cute things like that are what's on my mind constantly. Which is why I need a bigger team, so that they can keep me on track and be like, hey, we need like actual battle mechanics. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Will there be cutscenes? Yes. Solstar is less of a game and more of a story. I feel like that's more what I want it to be. Like, I feel like making it a game would be a better way to tell the story, but first and foremost, I want the attention to be towards the story itself and less so towards the game. The fact that it's a game is more of a conduit, I guess. It's more of a method of telling the story. But yeah, cheat codes, hell yeah, yay. Oh man, I don't know what big thing I could tell people to get enticed. I don't. Cassie, what do you think we could tell people to get like super hyped up for this? I don't know. Will there be anything wrong with Solstar? Yes. As I said earlier, I'm not going to be writing it. I want people to write it. I want people to play the game, pick apart the story, and send me like, hey, here's an inconsistency, or hey, here's something that went wrong, or hey, here's something that doesn't make sense. Even if it makes sense to me, it doesn't make sense to you guys, so I would like to include that. But I want it to be completely written by the community, not by me at all. I'll just make the video for you guys, but it's also written by you guys. I would love that to be a thing. Un mariachi, Adelita. Yes! I would love to see Hasim in like a mariachi outfit and Kamuri as an Adelita, and they're just like dancing, and like, even if there's no music, they're just like dancing to the traditional music. I would love that. A big head cheat code. That'd be funny. Mods for Solstar. Oh, well, that's up to you guys. Like, I'm not gonna. I'll share the mods, and I'll even like promote them, but I won't be responsible for any of them. That's up to you guys. How much will it be? I don't want to make it too expensive. Like, I don't want to make it $60 because I feel like that would be taking advantage. Even if we are like putting a lot of hard work into it, I feel like I want to make it accessible to a lot of people. So I feel like the highest I'd make it would be probably 40. Moon jump code. Yes, just to make the joke. Yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying? How much? Oh yeah, I feel like the highest I would want to go would be like $40, and the lowest I'd like to go would be 20, depending. So we could like sell and expose it to more people and entice more people to like give it a try. But yeah, like I don't want to make it too expensive. I don't want to make it like a AAA title price because it's not a AAA game. Like just honestly. Any idea when it'll be finished? I do want to start wrapping up. I don't know when I don't know what I could say would be like the biggest thing about this that I could entice people with. If you're interested in a new story, a story that involves a lot of characters, a story that can get emotional, and a game that will be fun, because I mean, I don't want to release this until I can get people to say this is fun or this is interesting or this is, because I got a lot of responses on the trailer saying this is very interesting. I can't wait to see what this is. Wow, you have my attention. Even as someone who's not very interested in stuff, I'm interested in this, and I want to make that a thing for you guys. I want to deliver something fun, something interesting. I want to do that, you know? Like, I don't want this to just be, whatever. Oh, it's a thing, I guess. You know, like, I don't want that to be a thing. Is this going to be a game series, or is the whole story going to be told in one game? It's going to be a game series. I will say one thing, and this is sort of something that I feel like is a little bit, I shouldn't say, but there will be branching pathways to the stories. Like, you won't just get one perspective. You will get, you will be able to play as different characters. In Solstar, you'll only be able to control Kamudi with Hasim and other characters as like your party. But later down the line, maybe it'll be Kamudi as the main character, and you can choose someone else, or you know, depending. But you will be able to see like different perspectives of different characters. So I do that is something that we're aiming for. The story is not what you're expecting, very character driven. Yes. It's, and even then, like the story itself is not focused on a single character. It's not like, oh, this is the story of Kamudi, or this is the story of Hasim. It's a lot of character stories and how they all connect to this one bigger story. So if you like narrative driven games, please give this a shot. And if there's anything I can ask of you guys, is that you do try to support this as best you can. Asking for fan art is kind of shitty. I realize that, but I feel like if we're able to show people like, hey, this is a thing people are interested in, other people will get interested in it. So that is the one thing that you guys can do to support us, is spread the word. I actually already have someone who was in the chat. I don't know if he's still here, but he actually came to me asking me like if he could design characters for the series, and I'm like, I'm lead designer, but like I'd love to see what someone else can come up with. And Carla actually, I asked her to do concept art for one of the characters in the series. She probably doesn't even remember, but I asked her, and she did something amazing. So like I do want to involve a lot of people in this. And yeah, see, he's here right now. You'll slap your OCs into the game. Okay, so let's see what else. You already sold. Thank you. Branching paths sounds sick. Will the boss battles be epic? That's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for really cool boss battles. They're actually going to be quite, for as long as I want to make Solstar, they're actually going to be quite the number of boss battles, normal and secret. And there's one boss in particular that I cannot reveal, that I talked about earlier, but I cannot reveal how you find him. Because he technically counts as a secret boss, but he's like super secret boss. It will be released on Steam. We're gonna see if we can get like a Switch development kit through a company that I can't really talk about right now because I don't know how sure it is, but I do know people that can help getting the game on Switch. If I could get it on PS4, that'd be awesome too. I don't know, all that stuff. Any important animal characters? Yes. There are many important animal characters. There's Skiat is one of them, but I can't reveal what Skiat is or who she belongs to. I can't say any of that. But there are many important animal characters. Several, yeah. Will I put a cameo of me in the game? Yeah, kinda. I love Cassie loves the animals. Yeah. Okay, so I think you guys are kind of hyped up for this. If there's anything else you want to ask, be sure to check out Project Solstar on Twitter. You can reach us through there, or in any case, you can reach me through my personal Twitter, and I'll try to answer on the Project Solstar Twitter. But yeah, I would love if you guys could help us out with this. I don't want to. It's not just me. I'm not the only person working on this. There are several other people working on this as well. And we're still looking for more people. If you are a modeler, if you're a programmer, if you're all that kind of stuff, hit me up. I will see if I think that you can help us out. And please understand that so far we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. We're doing it out of passion. This is a passion project. Absolutely. We're not making money off of this currently. We might in the future. I certainly want to be able to pay the people that help me out with this. But for the time being, I cannot offer that. And if you do think of reaching out or telling someone about this, I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Join and become a Solstar. So yeah, can you donate? Maybe later on. Can my undercover voice be in it? What, this voice? Are you talking about this? Hey, yeah, can we get moons and stars in the chat? That'd be awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you for joining.